Welcome to another story time. I know you guys probably wondering, what's on Dom's face? Well, if you must know, this face mask was created by the lovely Tiana Knighton of Visions by Tiana Knighton, VB, TK. And her website is bb_tk.me. And this is the Superfly face mask. But she has various different, various styles. She has some for men, women, and children. So check her out. Well, I guess I went back to my roots. Back to what started it all, Mikette. And of course I'm wearing my Billie Jean version of Michael Jackson. Yeah, so how's everyone's day going? How are things going in quarantine? How are my essential workers? Hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing pretty well. Hanging in there, working every day. And when I get a day off or so, I come out and I do my story time readings with you guys. So I see I have a few people watching today that haven't really been watching my story time. I guess you see a familiar face. Yeah, this is Mikette, to all my Michael Jackson family out there. Miss you guys, all in New York as well. Hope you guys are safe up there. But of course I have MJ fans everywhere. And I hope everyone is being safe, still practicing social distancing, and, washing hands and whatnot. Today, doing a different type of story time. Taking a little break from the Dr. Seuss stories. One of my friends, Sean, he recommended a book for me called Are You My Motherboard? I know the words are are backwards because I'm live, but it's a pretty good book. It actually reminds me of days where, I actually built a computer in the 8th grade. 7th grade, I'm sorry, when I was at Bellisburg Middle in the computer club. And I learned about the different parts of the computer inside and out. And this is a very informative book for the children to look through, just to get an idea of what's inside of those computers they use every day. So, take off my glove, so I can turn some pages. And of course I took off my face mask and I have on my glasses. And sorry if I have the little light on. I'm a little later doing my story time, so my area was a little less lit and I need to see. So if it's a little bit of a glare, I do apologize in advance. Or if you get blinded by the shine there, sorry about that. But anywho, without further ado, here is our next story time. Okay, it's called Are You My Motherboard by Dr. Chris Masullo, illustrated by Kayla Dailey and Joseph Dziema. Hopefully I pronounced those names correctly. If I didn't, I apologize in advance. And it's pretty cool artwork in this book, so I'm going to go forward. And this book looks like it was published in 2018. Okay, here we go. Artie had been doing his chores and helping his neighbors, saving every penny he earned. Tomorrow was going to be a very special day because he had finally saved enough money to buy the computer parts he needed. And pardon my corona nails, if you see them, because nail salons being closed is taking a toll on me, but it's all good. I'm still in good spirits and in good health. That night, after another long day of chores, Artie climbed into bed. He dreamed about the computer he was going to build, all the parts he would need to buy, and all the games he would play. Artie slipped into his cyberspace dream world, a land of technology and wonderment where his dream of building a computer could become a reality. He knew enough about computers to know that the motherboard was the most important part of the computer because all of the other parts needed to connect to it. Pretty cool illustrations, by the way. Nice, fun, colorful. Traveling along the information superhighway, Artie stumbled upon his first computer part. "Are you my motherboard?" he asked. "No," the big black box replied. "I am a computer case. I can lay flat on your desk or stand tall like a tower. It's my job to keep all the parts of the computer safe, just like the skeleton keeps all of your organs safe. I also keep unwanted objects out, just like your skin." Artie recognized the importance of the case, so he asked it to join him on his journey. Sorry about all the noise. Not alone. Soon, Artie and the case were greeted by another computer component. This one had wires sticking out of its top like a moppy head of hair. "Are you my motherboard?" Artie asked eagerly. "No," replied the wiry stranger. "I am a power supply. I take the electricity that comes out of the outlet and send just the right amount to each computer part, just like your heart pumps just the right amount of blood to each part of your body." Artie asked the power supply to join the team as well, realizing how essential it would be. The power supply agreed and followed the case and Artie on their journey. Before they knew it, the team crossed paths with another computer component. "Are you my motherboard?" Artie asked hopefully. "No," replied the skinny circuit. "I'm the memory. My nickname is RAM. It stands for Random Access Memory. I'm the place where computers store information for short periods of time while it's still needed. Later, that information gets erased just like your short-term memory does when you sleep." "Well, if you're the short-term memory, where is the long-term memory stored?" inquired Artie. "That's a great question," Ram replied. "Allow me to introduce you to some friends of mine. This is the hard drive and the CD-ROM drive. They're the places that the computer keeps its information when the computer is off. The hard drive contains all of the files you save, and the CD-ROM lets you bring more information into the hard drive. Will you all like to join me on my journey to build my computer?" Artie asked excitedly. They both agreed, stepping in the line with the rest of the team. All the different parts of the computer. I love how you compare it to the body as well. It's pretty cool. Artie and his new friends continued down the windy road until they met a shiny little square with a big top hat. "Are you my motherboard?" Artie asked. "No, I'm the Central Processing Unit, CPU for short," it replied. I am the brains of the computer, and I direct all operations from the moment you start the computer until you turn it off. You mean you're in control of everything? Artie asked with wide eyes. Yep, replied the CPU. Absolutely everything. Press a key, move the mouse. Every time you play a game, surf the web, save a file, or print a picture. I'm in charge. You sound very important, Artie proclaimed, and asked him to join the team. I certainly am, the CPU responded, but there is one more thing you will need before your journey can be completed. The motherboard, everyone shouted and marched onward. Yeah, the motherboard, we gotta still find that. I turn the pages with my corona nails. They need to be done. Anyways, as Artie's team approached the end of the road, a rectangular figure appeared in the distance. It looked like a miniature city. Are you my motherboard? Artie pleaded one last time. Of course, the figure replied. We've been looking for you for so long, they proclaimed. Well, I'm glad you found me, said the motherboard. I'm the main circuit board of the computer. It's my job to provide the pathway for messages to travel from the processor to all the other parts of the computer and back. Like how the nervous system carries messages from my brain? Asked Artie. Yes, replied the motherboard. The processor sits on my back, the memory too. All the other parts connect to me in one way or another. I make sure the messages get from the processor to the hard drive, to the printer, and everywhere else in between. The motherboard explained to Artie that he would also want a keyboard for typing letters and numbers, a mouse for controlling the pointer, and a screen to watch it all. And that's the beautiful motherboard. Artie was overjoyed to finally have all the parts he would need to build his very own computer. We come together as a team and make the whole system work, the computer parts rejoiced. Artie woke with a start. He looked at his clock and counted the hours until his parents would take him to the computer store. And his clock said 7:30 a.m., so he was really excited. Artie remembered the different parts he would need for the computer. So when his parents took him to the store, he was able to stroll up and down each aisle and gather everything he needed with ease. When Artie got home, he tore open the boxes and got right to work. I remember days when I used to, build computers and when I was younger. Oh, it's amazing. Get all your parts and you'd be like, all right, I'm ready. And then when it actually worked, it's even more exciting. Anyways. First, he opened the computer case and attached the power supply inside, just like the motherboard had instructed him. Then he clipped in the RAM and the CPU to the motherboard and carefully fastened the trio inside the case. Artie inserted the hard drive and CD-ROM drive before making the connections one by one. He added a fan to keep the CPU cool and plugged in the keyboard, mouse, and monitor. Finally, Artie plugged the power supply safely into the power strip. And these are all of the different connections, and that's Artie, hard at work. The moment Artie had been waiting for had finally come. He looked with pride at the complete computer system that he built all by himself. The computer world beeped, ticked, clicked as Artie switched it on. The lights blinked as it hummed. "Thank you, Motherboard," he said with a smile. There he is. Oh, the end. Well, to all those at home using their little laptops, their computers, their tablets, they all pretty much go together the same way. You know, you have to have that motherboard or that main processing system to put it all together, connect all the pieces, just so it can work for you. Anyways, I'm going to be heading out now. It was wonderful doing my story time dressed as Mikette, and also showing off my cool face mask made by Visions by Tiana Knighton. And I also read a nice, wonderful story, Are You My Motherboard, today. So, it feels good being back in Mikette mode for a little bit. And hopefully my next story time, I'll figure out what else I can do. But until then, thank you all for watching. I love you all. Be safe. Please, please, please be safe out there. And remember, you guys are all in my prayers. All right? Thanks for tuning in. Love you.